Hello guys, welcome back, and today we're gonna be talking about Fate Remnant Collide. So yeah, let us begin, ladies and gents. Also, I'm kind of excited because I'm almost at 100 subscribers now, which I'm pretty much happy now for that because, well, if you don't remember, I used to have an old channel and I remember having a lot of subscribers at that. Yeah, I still really miss that channel. Yeah, anyway, continuing on, let's begin, shall we? So, we currently see our boys and girls of Team Wrath, specifically Rex, as Rex is currently changing into his, into his, tuxedo, getting ready for the prom. As while he was getting ready, he would get a notification, or more specifically, not really a notification, but more like a message from one of his servants. Specifically, Assassin of Red. Or, in this case, Assassin of Crimson. So, Li Shuen, aka the Assassin of Crimson, would say, Master, he would say. As Rex was finishing up putting on the actual, coat, he would say, oh, what is it, Li Shuen? As you would say, it turns out that they've been planning to do this for a while now. The White Fang with the train. We also recently been told that apparently they're using they're planning to use the communication tower as a way to cause a virus. As he would say, a virus? What type of virus exactly? As he would say, from what we have learned, it's something about turning all of the Atlesian robots or droids to cause chaos, essentially turning them to their side. After hearing that, he would say, very well then. Guess I'll send in a few of my servants to basically take care of that. As after saying it, Li Shun would say, very well, master. And as for the rest of the White Fang, some of them did survive, but we did got in a bit of trouble with one of the members that were much more prominent. He would say, wait for a second. As he would say, well, we had a bit of trouble with one of the White Fang members. He was wielding some sort of Japanese katana, and it seems that his semblance seems to act as a type of, almost similarly to Spartacus. After saying that, he would say, Spartacus, as in the great Roman rebellion leader, am I right? As you'd say, yes, though I did not know him, but I did see in your memories that you did remember that the berserker of during your Holy Grail War was Spartacus. It's similar to his noble phantasm. As you'd say, wait, you mean crying warmonger? That would mean, as he would say, no. It does have a similar function, specifically, the more you take damage, the more stronger you become. But in this case, the Faunus, as you call them, or call him, he seems to have the ability when he has enough damage dealt to him, the attack would be immense and destroy everything in its path. It even caused me a bit of trouble, but thankfully I was able to stop him. After all, even though they may be more people with animal-like traits, doesn't mean that they're still invincible. After saying that, I meant Rex, as Rex would say, very well then. Then you can just take care of the rest. And what about the other White Fang members? As he would say, oh, Assassin of Ebony is currently taking care of most of them, one of the lower ranking grunts, and she's planning to give them to the authorities. After saying that, he would say, oh, and by the way, take care of Yume Ren. Try not to, get her into trouble or anything like that, okay? As he would say, very well, master. After saying that, he would start, disappearing, or not really disappearing, but more like, just like, turned off the call, or turned off that, the telepathy. After doing so, Rex would basically finish up wearing these, his prom clothes, as after getting out of the room, he would see the rest of his, classmates or his teammates also wearing their prom clothes. As Tina would say this, "Oh, Rex, you're quite dashing," she would say, as Harmony would say this. "Yeah, I guess you're right," she would say. "Obviously not caring, but why does he sense that she's definitely lying?" As Walter would say, my, I never tried this type of clothing before. It's quite the fancy pants type of thing," he would say. As after saying that, he would also look towards Rex, as he would say, "Oh, by the way, I wanna ask," as he would say, "Yeah, Walter?" As Walter would say, "Well, from what we have learned from some of your servants, apparently they've been taking care of the academy for a while now. Apparently we also learned about something interesting happening lately." As after hearing that, he would say, "Really? What exactly is it?" As he would say, "Oh, apparently some idiot, in a way, let's just say that, caused a bit of trouble in the north side. Apparently, it was Carden." As he would say, "Wait, Carden? Wait, I thought he..." As he would say, "Yeah, apparently he was still pretty much pissed, and decided to bring his dad in to basically try and ask the headmaster if he can re-attend the school. Let's just say, after the evidence was, shown, he was not really welcomed." After hearing that, he would say to himself, "Well, serves him right." No, anyway, guys, let's go to the prom. As after saying that, Tina would say, "Yeah, let's go," she would say. As after saying that, they would start leaving. As while they were leaving, Tina would say, "Oh, and by the way, Rex, did you actually get a prom date?" As he would say, "No. Actually, I'm not really into that kind of thing, like at all." But I am quite excited deciding to, meet up with some of my friends, especially since Team Ruby's there and Team Juniper. As she would say, "Oh, I see," she would say. As after saying that, they would finally arrive at the ballroom, as they would see a lot of people there, basically talking, dancing, and some of them even, trying out the, food there. As while he was, looking at the entire area, a few people basically look in his direction, as they would say, "Oh, it's Rex Goodwitch," they would say, as they would scream out there saying hello to him. Considering that he was one of the Mistral champions that won over a few years now, and not only that, he also, is sort of in top tier, almost really to Pyra in a way. Wait for a second. And considering that he's, one of the competitors, and one of the best in the Mistral tournaments, past few, years, you can already imagine his notoriety. As while he was walking around, he would see Team Juniper and Team Ruby. One of them would basically come up to him, specifically, Jean or Joan. Actually, thinking about it, it's definitely gonna be confusing because I have ruler, and this is a spoiler. I have Joan d'Arc as the ruler in this one. Oh no, this is definitely gonna be confusing. Oh god. Okay, thinking about that. Oh boy. Anyway, then let's just continue on, as she would say this. "Oh, Izuku." Not Izuku, I meant, "Oh, Rex, you're here," she would say. As she would basically come up to him wearing a beautiful white dress with, some highlights of gold and blue. As when Izuku saw it, he would say, "Oh, hello there. You certainly have a nice dress, Jean," he would say. And she would say, "Really?" Thank you, she would say. And she would play with her hair a little bit, as Izuku would say. Anyways, as you look towards the rest of the people there, specifically Pyra, as Pyra is wearing wearing a red dress, like not really red, but more like this type of color, just like her cloth, this cloth, like this similar color, with some accents of gold and touches of red. As she would say, "Oh, hey there, Rex," she would say. As Rex, after seeing her, he would say, "You kind of look beautiful," he would say. As after hearing that, she would say, thank you," she would say. As she would be, rubbing the back of her head, as while they were talking, he would subconsciously summon in a few of his servants. Specifically, summoning in the, well, Archer of Ebony, aka Emiya Alter, and all three of the Valkyries, aka Brune, Thrud, and actually, let me just check. Yeah, Thrud, Hilder, and Ortlinda, or Ertlind. I'm still not good in Norse at all. I'm still practicing that a little bit. So, as when they were summoned, one of them would say specifically, Ortland, aka the black-haired one, would say, "Hey, Master, why did you call upon us?" He would say in unison. As not Izu, I meant Rex would say, "Can you check? Can you take care of the and also guard at the entrance of the communications tower in case of anybody breaking in?" I heard that apparently they're planning to use the communications tower to cause some trouble, more specifically by putting in a virus to cause all of the Atlantean robots to attack civilians. After saying this, all of his servants, including that of Emiya Alter, would say, "Very well, Master," as they would start going towards the actual communications tower to guard it. After that, Rex would basically continue on the night, enjoying it. So, we currently see our boy not Izu, I meant Rex, as Rex is currently going to going to the place as he's currently partying with the rest of Team RWBY and and Team, Juniper. As while he was partying with them, currently, he would also see a certain person there. Specifically, he would see a girl coming up to him, being that of a girl with silver hair and silver eyes. As she would also be wearing, instead of a dress, she's wearing a suit and, and a bow tie. As she would say, "Hey there," she would say. As not Izu, I meant, Rex would say, "Hello there," he would say. And she would say, "Oh, I kinda saw you earlier. You were all alone and stuff." "Well, kind of alone," she would say, as she would look towards the others, as she would say, "Well, I've been wanting to say this for now," she would say. As she would say this, "You want to go out with me?" she would say. After saying this, everybody would freeze. Especially the girls that currently like him. And they currently look at her with a murderous gaze. As Rex would say, that is, as she would say, "Oh, come on," she would say. "Don't worry, I won't bite or anything," she would say. As another person would come up, being that of a girl with green hair and red eyes, as she would say, "Enough of this already. Let's just hurry up, okay? Yeah, Mercuria. Or Mercuria. Yeah, Mercuria." As after saying that, she would say, "Oh, come on, Emerald. Besides, I've been always wanting to see this guy for a while now. Have you seen all the stuff that he does?" she would say. As after saying that, Emerald would say, "Whatever. Just hurry up already." As after saying that, we would end this episode. So yeah, so bye bye.